Hello and welcome to Retro Gaming series. Today we will look at another ZX Spectrum game, Russian game, that is called Doom. And you know that Doom is actually done on PC by originally id Software, but here we have this kind of port on ZX Spectrum. This version was done in 1997. There is the earlier version. They both are available on World of Spectrum website, so you can look yourself on emulation software. I'm using currently EmuZ-Win for those purposes because it emulates controls quite good, to my taste at least, from free emulators. And here we have a game that is kinda limited, of course. It was never finished, so you can't find any finished version. But it's still good to know that you could have done a lot on ZX Spectrum on this hardware that is very limited, especially for 3D rendering stuff. You can't have any hardware acceleration of graphics on ZX Spectrum, so yeah, the game mechanics was also changed. Of course, the resolution is not very high on the ZX Spectrum originally, and in this game it even lower to handle this data stream. As you can see, the default full screen mode, not monochrome little window in the middle of the screen, is kinda consists of multiple lines, so I will switch now this screen mode to other full screen. That actually makes it maybe more bulky, but at least you can see something, and I like it kinda a little bit more, at least it is more handy to use. And yeah, let's just blow up these barrels, and of course, since they are exploding ones, we will do it with this little pistol. We have initially 50 rounds, and you can use some other weapon as well. In my test playthrough or test of this game, I haven't found any additional weapons. I found ammunition for them, but never found actually weapons themselves. Maybe they are hidden in other parts of the level, but at least we can look at it. And as you can see, the music slows down when we are turning, especially when we are moving through doors. Partially it's because the emulation is not very accurate, but it is something like that on real ZX Spectrum 2, because I remember playing it on real machine. So yeah, that just you can imagine that 3.5 MHz CPU is not very huge processing power for 3D stuff, and here you have not only kinda empty polygons like in Elite or Total Eclipse, but actually painted and not only painted but textured walls and objects. So this is quite an achievement, a feat for the ZX Spectrum machine and for the coders that were writing this game in 1997. Of course, the controls for this day are not very good, not very handy, at least to me, because actually to move you are using keyboard only, and the other thing is that strafe button. It is just a trigger, so while you pushing it, your left and right keys become strafe left and strafe right, so it's not very good. And yeah, you can't get really close to walls, but in the end the game is pretty playable. You can pick up stuff, kill people, and see that ZX Spectrum, while it's of course fails in comparison with, for example, Commodore 64 and some other 8-bit machines, but you could still achieve quite a lot if you know how to code in machine code and assembler code, because, well, you can't really create a decent piece of software on ZX Spectrum with high-level programming languages, as you can imagine. As you can see, I don't have a lot of ammunition, and while I had a few boxes of shotgun shells, I've actually never found a shotgun itself. The game have kinda a good map, so you can have an idea of where you are currently and where you could go to. And the other thing is that when you are moving through the doors, you are actually going from section to section, so the game doesn't have to process the whole level, the whole lot of objects and monsters at the same time. So yeah, that kinda trade out, but in the end we are receiving this kinda a set of monsters, and it runs kinda okay, might be a little bit slow. It never was intended to go with faster CPUs, as you probably know. Some ZX Spectrum's modded ones have kinda turbo mode with 7 MHz CPUs, at least they were somewhat popular in post-Soviet space. So yeah, but that is not the game that could be run like that, because, for example, at least with emulation, the music kinda pitch is also screws up, so yeah. But the game is quite good, and once again I should thank the developers for completing this stuff, even though that was kinda a lot of time ago, a lot of years ago, and I wish in the end people, especially indie devs, independent developers, were making game like that with a lot of attention not only to gameplay but to optimization, because, for example, in comparison of optimization level on Carmageddon, the latest one, Reincarnation, we don't have a lot of optimization, and yeah, even with a lot of gigahertz and gigabytes, the skill doesn't come automatically. But that was me, LastofAvari. If you like the game or like the video, feel free to leave a comment or like, feel free to ask some questions, and yeah, make your opinion about it. See you later in the next episode. Thanks for watching.